Yep. So where are we at right now? We up in the bush. Peace unto you watching this video right now. It's Raw Shooter of Amun Healing coming live and direct unto you, giving you the upful frequency provided by us, provided to us by the Most High Creator. You see. So we are in the bush right now, and I come to deliver this message from the bush because this message is about the bush. And what I mean is that in this world of advancing technology, advancement of artificial intelligence, in this world of imminent change, we must not forget about the bush. We mustn't forget about the bush. The original Wi-Fi connection was the connection between your antenna and a universal cosmic frequency. The original electronic wires were the roots in the ground, and how those roots are connected to every single living plant life in its vicinity. The roots of the main tree gives nourishment and information to the trees around it. That's what you call a network. That's why they say we live on a planet work of roots and intellectual, biological intelligence. The original network is also in the human body, our nervous system, billions of nerves in the body, intellectually communicating with one another, right? So we must not forget about the original technology. There's a biological grid and there's an artificial grid. The artificial grid is our Wi-Fi. It's Google. It's how all of these technologies are able to communicate with one another on the grid. If you're connected to a Wi-Fi, if you have a cell phone connection, that means you're on the grid. And that grid is pretty much the mind of this technological world. You see what I'm saying? Each Wi-Fi point, each connection to the computer or to the cell phone or to the internet is a connection with inside that grid. So we have an artificial grid, but at the same time we have a biological grid. And this biological grid has been with us from the time we were born. Otherwise, we wouldn't be living right now if we weren't connected to this grid. So each person is connected to that grid. However, not each person has a strong connection to that grid. See what I'm saying? Some people, when you speak in terms of cell phone signatures, if you have a good signal, you got all your bars. All your bars are up. Some people got really good connection to the biological grid. You know what I mean? Other people, their connection is not so good. Other people may have one bar. Shoot, some people have no bars. They have no service. You see? So we must not forget about that biological grid. And what we can do to connect with that biological grid is go outside, find you some green. Find you anywhere that you see green and you hear birds chirping, you see squirrels running. Those are the signs that that area is teeming with life force energy, chi, prana, reiki. You see, this is life force energy. So find you some places where there's trees, and connect to that grid. Because most of the time we're on our cell phones, we're on our laptops, we're glued to our TV, and we become more connected to the artificial grid, and we become less connected to the biological grid, which when it comes down to it, come check this out. When it comes down to it, all it takes is one hurricane, one tornado, one earthquake to shake up the artificial grid. But can't nothing shake up the biological grid. We can cut down trees, we can cut down all the trees we want. But know that the biological grid goes past this earth. We can cut down all the trees in one neighborhood, but we still have air in our atmosphere. We still have sun shining down. And even if by a slim chance they cut down 80% of trees on the planet, these trees are still connected. The sun is still connected to other star systems, and that's for a whole nother conversation within itself. But our galaxy is a biological grid. When you meditate and you go within inside of yourself, you have the whole universe already inside of you. So that's a grid that you can never be disconnected from. That's a grid that they can never take over. And when you get really powerful, it's a secret I'm about to tell you, when you get really powerful, you may even have the strength to summon up a tornado yourself. What? Yes, I. Because our ancestors knew the power of being connected to nature. That's why in ancient Egypt, Kemet, the word for God was nature. And then Europeans later took that word and turned it into nature. But essentially, you understood that God was found in the connection of nature. So, if nature is God and your connection to God is within nature, and your meditation brings you closer to the nature, do you actually become God? But let me not say that for the people that are egotistical and like to say, oh, I'm God, I'm God. You're not the Most High God. You are a child of God. You have the potential to have the blessings from God, but you aren't God. But just like any parent, if that is our father, that is our mother, then we must be obedient. We must listen. Once we listen, we be obedient, then the blessings rain upon us. It's like, so I would say it's wise to be connected to the artificial grid because, for commerce purposes. In this time, we need certain monetary things to make a living in this time. But you use the artificial grid until it's time to detach from it. But all the while, keep a strong connection to that biological grid. That's your life. That's your life force energy. That's your health. That's the source of your wealth. That's your happiness. That's you. So never lose sight of that biological grid. And we're here right now in the bush. Give it thanks for life. Just finished exercising. You see it, man. So we're up for right now. And if you like this vibration, you like this frequency, go ahead and follow I at Amun Healing on Instagram. And subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like. I've never been one to ask people to subscribe or like or do any of those things. But if you do subscribe, you get these videos at a moment's notice. So, do what you please, do what you like. But if you like this message, you like this frequency, stay tuned in. When I say tuned in, I say tuned in, right? Because the messages would then come to you when the time is right. So give thanks for life, ladies and gentlemen. All is love. Up for frequency. Till next time. Blessed.